What is up? It's your boy Tobias and welcome back to my channel. Today, as y'all saw by that thumbnail, y'all already know that we fitting to turn up on this recipe. I am over here with my P.O Box vertical smoker and I'm making a whole chicken spatchcock style with two secret, well not so really secret ingredients because I'm about to tell y'all what it is right now, but two very special ingredients that I'm trying out that I think is going to be the key to this being a success. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so we back, so let's get into it. So the first ingredient that I want to talk about that I think is going to be a game changer for me, especially with like poultry, duck fat. Are you kidding me? This right here, this is fitting to be a game changer. A light spritz of this on your chicken or your fish or your lamb chops, really, I guess really whatever you want to try it out with, is going, I mean, I am so looking forward to trying this because I've eaten things that are cooked in duck fat, and when I tell you, it like completely elevates your dish. So I can only imagine what it's about to do to this bird that we're about to smoke today. Now, the other product that I'm trying out today is from a company called Calories. Now, I found this company from another barbecue. His name is Jonathan. I think it's called Jonathan Barbecue.
And it was at that very moment when the wind decided to be completely and utterly disrespectful. But pretty much what I'm saying at this point is that I found this company through Jonathan Barbecue, who is a pit master, and the company is called Calories.
So I got a bunch of different things from them. So you're going to be seeing me doing a lot of recipes from this company. But this particular seasoning is called the Calories seasoning of salt and pepper. This is a 7-pepper seasoning blend. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. I'm sure it's going to be very pepper heavy, of course, because it's a blend of 7 different peppers. But what that means is going to be a variety of spices. You know, there's going to be, the heat level is probably going to be a little all over the place, which is what I'm looking forward to the most. So I'm really excited to try this out today. So let's get in the kitchen. Let's get this bird prepped, cleaned, and let's get to cooking.
All right, y'all. So like I said, I'm working with a whole chicken here. I'm not really sure on what the size was. It was about, I would say this is a good medium-sized chicken. It wasn't too small, but it definitely was not too big. And as I said, we're going to be spraying this bad boy down with some of this gourmet duck fat cooking oil spray and seasoning it to the gods, okay, with Calories, a salt and pepper, 7-pepper seasoning blend. I'm so impressed with this product, but we'll talk about that later on when we get to that taste test. The first thing that we want to do is go on ahead and we're going to spatchcock this, which simply means we're just going to remove the spine out of the back of this chicken. All you have to do is just feel for the bone, get yourself some really sharp kitchen shears, which I need to get me some new ones because these are kind of dulling out. And you'll just follow that all the way down to the back and just keep on cutting your way down. You're going to follow suit and do the same thing on the opposite side, and it's just that simple. That's really all that it is. You're just butterflying the chicken open so that you can remove that little spine there, and then that way you'll be able to lay it flat. And by doing so, this is actually going to help with not having to cook your chicken as long. This is also a great way to do a turkey if you ever want to smoke a turkey. Because if you remove that out like you see me doing right there, you'll be able to open it up so that heat will be able to get through a lot quicker. So now, as you can see, I'm going to be left with the thighs, the wings, the breasts, the legs, all of it perfectly there. I'm going to get that nice and rinsed out, get it nice and clean, but I just want to break that bone down so that way I can make sure it lays nice and flat. And then there you go. So I'm going to run this over to the sink really quick just so that I can get it rinsed off. Y'all know me. I'm not cooking no chicken if I don't wash it. If you don't want to wash your chicken, well, that's on you, honey. I won't be eating your food. But now that mine is nice and cleaned, now we can go on ahead and spray it down with some of that duck fat. Be careful, you guys, when you use the duck fat because a lot of it comes out at once. So just be mindful because you don't want it to be drenched. Also, if you do wash your chicken, which you should, just make sure you kind of pat it dry before you add on that oil so it's not too much water. And now I'm just going to go on in with the seasoning. I'm not adding any other seasoning to this at all. No salt, no pepper, no nothing. Because I wanted to taste this by itself to see if I liked it as it is. And Again, you guys will have to stick around to the end, but you know, this product shocked the hell out of me, I'll tell you that much. Now, on the bottom half, you don't have to go, you know, super heavy, because, you know, we'll definitely make sure we take care of that on the top half. But of course, you want to make sure that every aspect of this chicken is fully coated, because we want to make sure that flavor is coated through and through. And since we're going to be cooking this chicken at such a low temperature for so long, I would advise you guys to get a stainless steel cooking rack, so that way you can place your chicken on there and that is going to be its resting place and serving tray. Because when you go to try to pull that out of your smoker, it's just going to fall apart because the meat is going to be so tender. By putting it on that cooking rack, you can put it directly on top of your grill, directly into your vertical smoker, or whatever type of cooking device you're going to use, and that way you don't run the risk of the chicken falling apart. As you guys just saw me do, I flipped it over onto the cooking rack, sprayed it down with some more of that duck fat spray, and now I'm going in with a way more liberal amount of the seasoning. But as always, no matter how much you put, just make sure that you're putting an even amount. You don't want it to start lumping and clumping and all of that, because it's just not going to aesthetically look pretty. And, you know, you also just don't want to bite into globs of seasoning. So take your time here. Make sure you're getting all of the nooks and crannies with that 7 pepper blend. And now that this is looking nicely, we are about to go outside, and I just want to give you guys a fair warning now. There was a terrible storm making its way in while I was in the process of filming this, so you guys are going to have to excuse the excessive amount of wind that you're going to hear. But right here is my P.O Box vertical smoker, and I have this bad boy set at 275 degrees. So we're going to start off there, and throughout the rest of the video, I'll explain what needs to be done next in reference to the temperature changes.
Like I said, I'm going to be leaving it directly on this rack here, so that way it'll be easy transport to get in and out of the vertical smoker later on, so that we don't have to worry about it falling apart, because this is definitely going to be tender and juicy once it's all done. I'm gonna go on ahead and pull this out for a second. I'm gonna slide this bad boy in like that. Push her back in. Close it up and let it ride. All right, y'all, so we are at the 45-minute mark. I set my timer for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I'm just gonna open it up, you know, just to check it out. If it's too dry, I'll just give it a little spritz. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with that. It'll be just water if we do end up needing it. And let me just, you know, get my gloves on. And let's get this bad boy open and let's see what we're working with here. It's looking good. It's definitely looking good. It's not looking dried out at all, but I'll give it a little spritz just to be on the safe side. And we're gonna immediately get this closed back up so it can keep on cooking. All right, y'all, so we are at the last half hour of our 1 hour and 45-minute mark. So what I want to do now is go on ahead and start checking the temperature on this, just so that I have an idea of how much longer we have. And we want this to reach an internal temperature of 165 to ensure that it is absolutely cooked, but I like to let mine go to about 175, 180. So we're going to go into the thickest part of the breast. And we're only reading about 120, so this definitely has a long way to go. So we're gonna go on ahead and close this back up and let it keep cooking. Alrighty, you guys, so we are now at the 2.5 hour mark. So what I'm gonna do now is pull this out so that I can give it a light butter bath. And then I'm gonna add some additional seasonings, but look at how bomb that looks. I mean, that looks incredible, and we're not even done yet. So like I said, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna brush this down with a little bit of unsalted pure butter. Not too much, just enough. This is gonna give it great moisture, and it's also gonna just boost up the flavor on this bird, which is exactly what we want. I have a little drip pan underneath of this so that it doesn't make a huge mess. And then I'm also gonna go back in with a light dusting of our seasoning. I'm gonna hold this out, go over the top, a very, very light dusting, not too much. Pop this back in, and we're gonna increase the temperature to 350 degrees for this last half hour. See you soon. All right, y'all, so I took this out at the 4 hour and 15 minute mark. So just a reminder, I had it cooking at 275 degrees for 3.5 hours. At that last half hour mark, you know, half hour to, 45 minutes, I put some unsalted melted butter, and then I topped it off with a little bit more of the seasoning. I'm now gonna let this rest for about 15 minutes, and then it's time to slice it up and give it a try. All right, y'all, so as y'all can see, I mean, this skin is crispy. I mean, this is spot on. So I'm about to go on ahead and cut this little leg off, and watch how this just comes off. Like, I mean, the bone itself just completely separated from the meat. I mean, damn. Boy, I don't even care about that seasoning. Oh my God. This looks so, I mean, this looks so bomb. Hopefully you guys can see me, but let me tell you something. This meat is like, it's like falling off the bone. I mean, just look at how beautiful the skin is. I'm so excited to try this. Let's go in for that first bite. All right, here we go. Mm. 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 Okay, so here's my thoughts. Shit. Give me a second. Give me a second. I mean, just look at the skin. So here's my thoughts on this product here. It's bomb, and you need to get it. I'm pissed off that this is not coming in a bigger bottle. This pepper flavor is so refined. You can taste all of the different varieties of peppers that are in here, the different type of peppercorns. It's the perfect amount of saltiness. That duck fat really gave it a lot of flavor. Sorry if the lighting's all over the place. The sun's getting ready to start going down. But I'm very happy with this. And I will definitely say that you guys should go on ahead and get yourself a piece, because look at how bomb that skin looks. And as always, thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that bell to be notified, and keep it grilling. Talk to y'all later.